Hi, my name is Wanda Kay, and we've all seen it happen to people we know and love here in Facebook land. Someone gets on their profile and they post as their status, "I don't understand it. I'm in Facebook jail. I wasn't even on here yesterday, or I didn't post anything. How am I ended up in Facebook jail? This makes no sense to me." And there's a little bit of frustration, and it's kind of funny and haha, because these are nice people that you would think would never be in real jail. So how are they getting in trouble with Facebook, who so kindly offers us this platform absolutely free of charge? And why should we care about Facebook jail? Isn't it just a momentary inconvenience? Really? It does matter. If you've been in Facebook jail, you know that it's more than just an inconvenience. It really cuts you off from some of your connections. And you have the potential to lose your personal timeline. You could lose all of your posts. That includes your memories and your connections to people that you may have lost touch with otherwise over the years. You could be blocked from adding friends and sending messages. You need to read the terms and service that Facebook offers, terms of service, that Facebook offers for your personal timelines and your business pages. It's really important that you're aware of those. But I'm going to go over some things and offer you some quick guidelines. Now, there's another reason it should really matter to you whether or not you are landing in Facebook jail, because there's such a thing. If you are earning your living here on Facebook and in social media, and that's how you're growing your business, you could actually land your corporate offices in Facebook jail. Now, why should that matter? If you're in network marketing or multi-level marketing, it matters because then all of the consultants, everyone who is a representative of that company, is no longer allowed to post links to their personal web pages or websites or blogs or the company's replicated websites on their personal timelines. Your Facebook groups, your Facebook business pages, all of that. You can't post any more links in there. And it's really hard to share with people how they can grow a business online if they can't even access any of the tools that they need to be able to grow their business on Facebook. So, all good reasons for us to find ways to follow the rules and do what Facebook asks us so kindly to do. So there are 6 ways to stay out of Facebook jail. 6 areas that you want to be looking at. And the first that you want to look at is your Facebook profile. You need to provide accessible and accurate information about your identity and on your profile page. Now, not enough information that somebody can steal your identity, of course, but your name, an actual profile picture, information that makes you look like a real person, your school, your hometown, etc. All of that should be there. Don't just use a business name as your personal profile account. That's a no. This is supposed to be a person, not a business. And you can only use 1 account per person. That means no doubles, no couples, no family profile accounts. Instead, if you want a profile page or if you want a page for your family, you can create a fan page or you can create a private group. All of those are good options. But when it comes to your personal profile pages, they want those to be actual people. Okay? That's what you need to do. Your post, now this is the biggie. This is the one that gets everybody hung up. If you're going to get hung up, it's usually going to be on posts or messaging, and we're going to cover messaging. But here's the things to consider, and it's not all that complicated if you'll just stay well within these guidelines. First, your posts should be personal. They should be real information about you to people that you do know. Create original content. Don't just use someone else's copyrighted or trademarked content or pictures. Use only the images that you have permission to use. Thank you very much. And make your posts that inform, inspire, and educate. Make it personal and casual, and maybe 1/10 of the posts you put out there should be anything about a recommendation of a product or a referral to something that you wish people would go and make a purchase. Don't just copy and paste when you're duplicating someone else's content. Instead, make it your own by editing that copy. If you want to use an image, instead of just downloading and then re-uploading it, share it from the original post. If you keep downloading and uploading duplicate images, a whole bunch of people using the same image, that starts to look like people who are trying to get free advertising and is spam. So imagine, for instance, that your company creates an amazing graphic and all of the leaders in your company download that graphic and upload it to their team groups to share as training. By doing that, Facebook goes, whoa, wait a minute, we just had 10,000 images, all duplicate, uploaded to Facebook in one day. These must all be spammers. And so then you get flagged as spam. So don't just take and download an image and then upload it again. Instead, upload it that one time or from wherever it is. It's probably a public image. Share it into the group that you want to share it into, and make the comment that you place with that image, make it applicable to that group. And that keeps you out of the doghouse, so to speak. Don't just copy and paste to multiple locations. What are you doing? Don't do that. Instead, take your original post, make it public. If you're sharing it from your business page, even do that, and share it from wherever the original post is. And be choosy. If you do this too many times, again, spammy behavior. And don't post more than 5 or 6 posts a day. My goodness, there's more going on in the world than all that needs to be put into Facebook. And take a break. Leave some room for some curiosity about the things that are happening for you, unless it's some special event like a wedding or something and you have a lot of posts to make. But leave room for curiosity, for people to ask questions. If you flood the news feed of your friends with endless posts, I'm saying days on end, this never lets up, you look like spam, and that's not what you want to do. So I keep saying spam. What is spammy behavior? Anything that is overly promotional, items that you put on your personal page, and instead just share it from your business page. If you've got something that you need to let people know about your business, make a business page post and share it over to your personal page. Let Facebook know that you're at least making a good faith effort to understand that this is business and this is personal. Posting business about your business, products, and opportunity, or links to another person's page as a post, a tag, a comment, or a like. What are you doing? Do not be putting your link on someone else's page. Don't just find a way to like and comment on every little thing, hoping to insert the name of your company or insert your link. That is so very, very spammy behavior and irritating to the people that it happens to. Don't just act like you're an automated program going around posting too fast. If you post too quickly, you can be branded as spam. Facebook needs to control the speed at which people are able to like, comment, and share things on Facebook. If you're going too quickly, that appears automated, and it can cause data traffic jams for Facebook. It could shut down their servers, and so they have safeguards in place to keep that from happening. And you might just be going real quickly with the fingers and tapping along and inadvertently raise some red flags for them. That can happen. So let's talk a little bit about tagging. I think tagging is one of the places where people inadvertently really cause themselves problems, and they're not intending to. You should only be tagging the people you know. You should not tag hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. That is just absolutely not the way to do things, and that is absolutely one way you can definitely get yourself turned into Facebook. Tag only the people that are in the image, or people that you mention in your post. Those are fine to tag, and be sure that the person you tagged would approve of the image that you are actually placing on their wall by tagging them. And use only images that you have permission to use. That's important as well. And don't use tagging as a way to promote your business on other people's pages. That is just, well, it's not very kind. It's not very respectful. It's not very polite. And if you do it with me, you tend to get a nice little message that says, please don't do that. And if there's any way I can help you with training so that you know other more beneficial ways to promote your business, please let me know. That's the kind of message you'll get from me. The third area that you need to be careful of is Facebook groups. We've already mentioned this a little bit in some of the previous, but don't post to more than 20 groups in 12 hours. That will make it, again, look like you're a bot, and that's going to raise a red flag. You want to try to be safe in that area. Maybe don't post to more than 10 groups within a few hours. That's probably going to keep you safe there. And don't rely on apps to give you the proper guidelines when it comes to how many places they want something, how many of your groups do you want this to post in. Things like flea market and marketplace apps that says, would you like this to post in several other groups? Sometimes you'll go, sure, because you figure the app would know. Well, the app may or may not know, but either way, whoever's mistake it is, you're the one that's going to get blamed because you gave that app permission to post on your behalf. And so that can have you flagged as spam. Be careful joining groups. You don't want to join more than 20 groups in 12 hours. And especially if you've got a ton of friends who all want you to be part of their group, you could end up being added to a whole lot of groups. So just be picky, choosy about what groups you're added to and try to keep it down. You don't want to be adding yourself to like 20 groups in 12 hours. That's a big no. And don't copy and paste the same post in multiple groups. We've talked about this before. That will be seen as spam and it's tracked by Facebook. Instead, make your original post. If you share it only in appropriate places, and post it with a varied caption specific to that group. Okay, that's your Facebook groups. Another area that gets people hung up is with their Facebook friends. You want to build a large following and a big friends list, and so you're sending friend requests to everybody you can think of. You really should not be sending more than 10 friend requests in an hour. And you shouldn't be sending more than 50 in a day. Those things will get you flagged big time. Instead of that, you should not even be sending friend requests, especially to people that you don't even know. What are you thinking? You don't know these people, and you're sending them friend requests. And you shouldn't be doing that unless you've asked for permission or you've messaged them first. What I like to do is I like to interact with people. And I like to have that conversation with them offline in personal messages. And I'll even say to them, if you would like, feel free to add me to your friends list. I'll be happy to accept. That way I'm not sending out all these crazy friend requests, and I have plenty of people on my friends list. Number 5, in Facebook messages, you should not be reaching out to people that you do not know on Facebook. Instead, look for posts and content that bring value to your news feed. And when you find them, like that comment or that post, comment underneath it, tell them that you appreciate what they had to say, and then message them with an additional thank you. That is how you should be messaging people you don't know. Instead, if you're just messaging people right and left without interacting with them online, you get flagged as engaging in spammy behavior. You should not be using your private messages for promotional purposes. If the first thing you ever send somebody is a link to your website, you're spamming them, and you're going to get marked as spam, and Facebook is going to rightly put you in Facebook jail. Don't just copy and paste repetitive messages. Oh, join my online meeting tonight. Join my online meeting tonight. That's fun. Go ahead and get yourself put in Facebook jail right before you have an online meeting. That's actually not very fun at all. You don't want that to happen. And don't begin these large group personal messages where you have like 50 people in them just for purposes of promoting your business. Not only is that disrespectful of other person's time because their telephones or whatever are blowing up with notifications because so many people, every time they put a thumbs up or a like or a smiley face, everyone in the group is getting these notifications, and it gets to be annoying. But when people leave that group, especially if they leave it in a huff, they can leave that chat. They could turn you in for spam, and that's not a good thing. Instead, here's an alternative. Send short voice or video messages and make it personal. That's going to slow you down. It's going to give you a chance to say, hey, I'm just stopping by, was thinking about you, and wanted to say hello. How are you doing today? Have a blessed day. Something like that. It's very simple, it's short, and then you can move on to the next person, and it doesn't look spammy. It's obviously not copying and pasting, and so you're in the clear with something like that. And the sixth and final thing that some of you may or may not be aware of is when you're sharing your website, your blog, and your replicated website, use a link shortener like bit.ly, Google shortener, and you can even get your own URL that is a forwardable URL from a site like Hover. I like to use their services. If you will do this, it keeps from the appearance that you and a bunch of other people are just trying to drive traffic away from Facebook over to this one company site. You don't want to have that appearance, and Facebook can't read every single post to know what your intent was. That's not what they're there for. They just don't want you driving traffic away from Facebook. So instead, use a link shortener so it doesn't look like everybody's sending everybody to all to the same place. Don't post your link in multiple places on Facebook in a short time. If you do that, you're not building relationships. You're just putting your stuff out there and hoping somebody will nibble and bite and become your customer, but you won't have a loyal customer. You won't have someone that knows, likes, and trusts you. You won't have something going long term for yourself, and you need that if you're going to be successful in business long term. So get out there and build some relationships and use the social networking for what it was intended to be used for. Now I'm going to tell you about two other things, excuse me, that you do want to be aware of. Be aware that in multi-level marketing and network marketing, it is an incredible industry. The companies all want their representatives to be honest, above board, and full of integrity. Okay? But there are no rules that keep people with less than stellar integrity from joining a network marketing company. So when you are joining people onto your friends list, be aware if they are with a competitive company, be aware of the kind of person that they are. Usually you're not going to have a problem with this, but be aware there are unethical competitor trolls out there on Facebook. And what these unethical competitors can do is scroll through your page and randomly mark things as spam for Facebook. And if you're not dealing with professionals in your industry, if you're dealing with these trolls, it's going to cause you all kinds of difficulty and problem. They're just going to be scanning your page and marking things as spam. And so if you find out that someone on your friends list is doing this, you're pretty sure of it, go ahead and visit their page and block them individually. They can't cause problems with content that they can't see. So that's one way that you can handle that and deal with it. The other thing is consider reporting them to Facebook. Facebook has some contact links down at the bottom of each page that you can use, and you can contact Facebook, explain what you think is happening, and let them deal with it. And why you think it's happening. Usually you'll have a pretty good idea of what's been happening if you block that individual and all of a sudden you're no longer getting put in Facebook jail. Then you know pretty much you found the person that was causing you problems. When this happens, if you know that it's happening, do be kind enough to let your associates know and tell them so that they can block those people as well. And I'm not talking about, oh my goodness, don't add Beverly and John Jones to your friends list. I'm not talking about fear-based stuff like that. I'm just saying, let them know, hey, these individuals were on my profile and I was landing in Facebook jail a lot and it stopped when I blocked them. You might want to reconsider if you have them on your friends list, or you might want to consider blocking them as well. That's all you have to do. The last thing is Facebook Manager. A lot of you are using Facebook Ad Manager, and it is always a good idea not to create your own buttons and try to import them, but go ahead and let those action buttons be created by Facebook's ad manager. It can cause you some problems and difficulty if you're bringing some stuff in that ad manager doesn't recognize, and it could cause it to be discontinued for you. Also, if you hire a service to manage your ads for you, be sure you have a reputable company that is documented and has some good reviews. If you don't, they could be engaging in all sorts of behavior on your behalf that may or may not comply with Facebook policies, and that can land you in Facebook jail. Now, I know this is one of the longest videos that I've done here on Facebook, but I wanted to get it all in because I see so many people having difficulties. But the bottom line to all of this, if you will just lead with your heart, if you will contact people personally, if you'll be a real person and not be spammy, your business will grow and you'll stay out of Facebook jail and life will be great. So take the time to make yourself familiar with how all of this works, and it can be a wonderful, wonderful experience the way it was intended to be. I hope this video has brought value to you. I hope you will like, comment, post, share it with others, and I can't wait to talk with you again tomorrow. You guys have a great day.